Right. Hey, everybody. Let me see. Oh, man, of course, I'll figure out how. Okay. We're learning, we're growing, we're succeeding. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I hope you guys can hear me okay. We are live for our usual Wind Down Wednesdays. And the book we are reading, Sweet Heat. I'm getting better at my points in. I knew to go this way. Come on. Okay, anyway. Um, so welcome to My Now Wednesdays. I am your weekly moderator, host, entertainment, MC, DJ, whatever you want to call me for today. I'm not a DJ. Let's cut that out. I'm literally chatting shit now. But my name is Ade Oyela. Um, Here we are, another week, another reading session. I'm gonna give some time for the people to get into the live. I know we just started, but while we wait, I would like to let you guys know what I'm drinking today and eating. I have my lovely cup of tea today. Today is a tea day. Couldn't do alcohol today, but it's hibiscus tea with mint, a special mint, but mint. Um, this is my sweets. Well, this is my heat. My sweets, and I tried this joke earlier, but it's probably not gonna work, but it doesn't matter. And my, my sweet is a lovely snickerdoodle cookie made by my very own baby sis. It's actually really good. I probably should eat that because that will be maybe my second or third one, but who cares? We don't need to worry about that. Okay, not a big deal. All right, so this week we are focused on chapters 10 through 15. Okay, now the other chapters still mean something, but we are focused on chapters 10 through 15. And while we're waiting for people to get in alive, spoiler warning. It's a spoiler warning. This is a spoiler warning. Hey, spoiler warning. This live is a spoiler warning. If you are on this live, spoiler warnings. Don't come in the comments when you're watching this video 10 years from now and sending me messages talking about, oh, why did you tell me that part of the book? It's right here. Spoiler warning. See that? Chapters 10 through 15. Get it, got it, good. Okay, so now that we got that out the way, now I have intentionally been taking my time to read this book. Some of our fellow book club members have read, they couldn't help themselves. They have surpassed and read past they finished the book. They finished the book. But because of you guys, my audience, I did not finish the book that quickly. I found other things to do and to focus on. Also, I'm a little hot underneath my lovely hat here. A little hot. We'll see. I've kind of been hiding my baby locks because I'm not a fan of it. I'm still cute though. Hey. All right. Let's see. How many people do we have on the live so far? I think we're good to go. Whoever's here, they will jump in when they jump in. We'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Okay. So chapter 10 through 15, and honestly, it might be a conglomeration of things because I just read it today. And the one thing I would say about this specific arc, this chapters 10 through 15, we got to know who Malachi was. Excuse me, had to sip some tea. We got to know who Malachi was. And I feel like, I don't know why it was so important to me, because as I'm reading it, I'm like, yo, this guy sounds like somebody familiar. You know who he reminded me of? Jimmy. Jimmy from our previous book, Marriage Monitoring Aunties. And actually, let me pull up that book for you guys so you guys can remember who we're talking about and why we're talking about, like why I feel like this is relevant. Okay. So for those of you guys who weren't here for the other ones. This book, I really enjoyed this book, The Marriage Monitoring Aunties Association. There was a character in this book named Jimmy. And Jimmy was basically the healed man character. I'm not going to spoil this book on this live. If you want to know how I felt about this book and how some other people felt about this book, please check out our other lives on YouTube, readily available. We actually have a playlist now. If you have nothing to do and you want to hear me talk, please feel free to watch at your own convenience. But there was a character in this book, and his name was Jimmy, and Jimmy was like a healed man. And the reason why I bring that up is because in Sweet Heat, Malachi is at the beginning stages of being a healed man. Follow me. So here we find out why they broke up. Like, we are understanding the reasoning. We are understanding what prompted this. It's a series of things. Well, not really. Well, no, yes, it is a series of things. But I think the real big, the big indicator of how things started crumbling between Malachi and Kiki is Malachi lost his dad. And I was like, oh, he's grieving. And mind you, for perspective, these characters are in their mid to late 20s, to my understanding. And they've been together for 5 years. So they're in their mid 20s because they were together in college. I guess the other caveat here is, in case you didn't know, Sweet Heat is technically the sequel of Honey and Spice, written by the same author, of course. And then because of that college love they had, and I'm not going to keep on harping on Honey and Spice, go read it after you finish reading this book, or read it now, whatever the case may be. I thought that book was over, and here we are. And now we know why we're here. Malachi fathers died unexpectedly at the same time when he was preparing to go on a trip to America. So, and by the way, these characters are located in the UK, London. And I kind of felt for him. Like, I never experienced this personally. You know, I hope my parents stay alive until 101. You know, 101. However, I think because, and there's a trend with, especially with Black men, with not actually talking through the feelings, and like things start affecting them along the way. And in this case, it started affecting their relationship between Kiki and Malachi. Malachi's father died unexpectedly. He got a good opportunity to go to, I believe it was LA, to work on being a director. So now, you know, Bolu is telling us this. She's like, all right, just so you understand what's happening here. And Kiki's like going through these flashbacks and going through the motions of like, yo, this is how we got here. And I should add, the reason why we even had this flashback is because Kiki and Malachi, they have been put in a number of situations where they're both together because they're working with the, you know, the little freaky deaky recording artist that we all thought that something crazy was going to happen between them. We thought a threesome was going to happen. Nothing has happened so far, to my understanding. But based on that, based on already how their relationship, they've been sneaking around behind the artist back, Miss T, Madam T. I don't know how to say her name, but musician T, artist T. They've been sneaking around, like talking to each other, but not. And they were put in this weird predicament. Well, they've been really focused on work. I should add that. They've been extremely focused on work, on their trying to make sure things are done the way it's meant to be done. But in this case, they were supposed to go to a party with Artist T. Artist T kind of flopped on them. And they are out now at this, like, I think it's like a art industry party, lounge party. And they're sitting here under moonlight and twilight, just looking at each other, talking to each other, and realizing like they still have feelings for each other to that extent. With that being said, this is like Kiki is having these flashbacks about like what happens to them, why they're here, what occurred for them to be in this place where they are not together and they're talking to each other in coded languages. And let me tell you, Bolu, your poetic prowess in this book, like every emotion is such a deep poetic experience. Like I was seeing the colors, I was seeing the feelings. Sister Bolu, you did it. Like I thoroughly enjoyed how you really described their emotions that I can't even describe because you did it so well. Like it was like fluttering butterflies every moment they're together, heart thumping. Like, oh my God, are they gonna feel it? Are they gonna do it? I know I'm all over the place, guys, but follow me. So they're at this venue, they're talking to each other, and they have a moment where they're like locked in. They're looking at each other. She's having these flashbacks that they're locked in. Somebody takes a picture of them and it shows up on the interwebs. We move on to now Kiki's best friend Amina sees this picture. She's like, oh, so y'all had time to be doing all this, but when you supposed to be getting ready for the wedding. Now, let me tell you how I feel about Amina. Amina is a Brazilla right now. Amina is like me, 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 me. And I think this is also a good book to reflect on like how friends are when people are moving at different paces in their life. It was so interesting to see it actually play out because Amina's like, oh, I'm getting married. Kiki's like, I need to make sure my parents' restaurants stay together. And I have this emotional tirade going on between my ex and I'm working for this artist that nobody really, like, I can't tell nobody about because I'm under NDA. Like the artist's popular, but she can't really talk about it. So Kiki got all these things going on and Amina got all these things going on and they're going to come to a head. We're getting there. Follow me. So that's happening. Then you have a situation where after this venue, and I'm trying to get the pieces of the puzzle correct. After they leave this venue, they pretend nothing happened, whatever, sure. Sparks are flying. I wish I could describe it the way Bolu was describing it, but she did such a good job. I really need y'all to just read. I believe it was chapter. Let me get it for you right now because I'm going to get the right chapter. Hold on. And shout out to you again, Bolu, for actually naming your chapters. It's a lost art. I don't understand why nobody names their chapters anymore. Like now I'm seeing chapter 1, chapter 2. I'm like, there was a time name the chapter so we know where we are in the arc. Anyway. Yes, I believe it was chapter 11, Desert Rain and Hair and in the Hair and Hair. I believe that was a chapter. Yeah. I believe that's what these chapters are long. So just so you guys have context there. But nonetheless, I mean, and I'm trying to lead us in a place where you guys would get what I'm saying about their friendship and also Malachi's healing. Well, his gradual getting there. So now we're at a point where Malachi set up a date, like a time frame where he was going to take Artist T to go see a venue to see if this is the right place for them to have the venue. Turns out he had the wrong date scheduled. And Artist T, she's getting like frustrated, like she's getting a little bit perturbed, but it's fine. Kiki sees that something's wrong with Malachi because Malachi looks a little bit off. So she goes up to him while they're like, hey, Lady T, Madam T, Artist T, whatever we're calling her, you go sit in the car. Don't worry, we'll sort this out. All good. She goes up to Malachi like, yo, what's up? How far? What's going on? Malachi's like, I know the date, I booked the date, but things are not working out and this is all my fault. He's like director, location, all that stuff. And he's having a full-blown panic attack. As someone who has a penchant for panic attacks, I completely understand where he was going here. I knew why he was there. And I knew that if he didn't come off that ledge, it can go left really fast. So Malachi's having a full-blown panic attack. And you can tell how in tune they are together. Like they are in tune together. So Kiki like puts her, the way Bolu described it, gotta find that line. I gotta find it. She puts her hand over his heart to like over his chest, like breathe, and it's getting him to calm down. Like okay, I know where this is going because I've been there before. Because Kiki also had her own round of panic attacks, but she was trying to take care of her sick mother, and she was like, and that's a whole nother story. She mentions it throughout, but you can get that in depth in the Honey and Spice book originally. But she's holding his chest and like, breathe, relax. It's fine here. You're okay. Don't stress yourself. We can figure this out. And with that, she comes up with a brilliant plan. Why don't we do the video? Because they're doing like a video. This is Artist Tea Lemonade. Let's just do the video at my parents' club because that's what we used to do when we were in college. We used to host live events at my parents' bar. It wasn't a club, excuse me. It was a restaurant, Shakara restaurant. Let's just host it there and it will work out. So they went to Artist T, proposed this idea. She fluffed it up all nice and pretty, like, yo, it's gonna give you those earthy Afrobeat, R&B, homey, authentic vibes. Just something we did in college. Da-da-da. And it worked. And shout out to Kiki for knowing when and where to actually calm her man down. And I'm going to call him her man because at the end of the day, the way they're behaving, they were just on pause. It was just a pause button as far as I was concerned. It was just a pause. Say what you will. So now they're now going to be able to shoot the video or the music biography, whatever, at Shakara restaurant, Kiki's restaurant, the restaurant that she's trying to figure out what she's going to do with herself because she's working there to try to help her parents out because her parents want to sell her restaurant. So she's kind of feeling this place of like, all right, I'm trying to help my parents that want to retire, but I don't like, this is home, whatever. They're having a home moment. Bolu did such a good job with like tying in the family themes, the friendship themes, the, relationship with partner themes, the work theme. She did such a good job in this book. Like, I feel like the way I'm describing this journey is not doing it justice. I don't know if you guys are in the chat right now, but if you have any thoughts, please feel free to chime in if you have already read the book or, what have you. But I will say that I really appreciated how she started linking the things together. Now we are, and I'm just going to try to fast forward because the chapters they're so good and detailed, and I probably should have took better notes, but I was engrossed in the story, and I read it, and I read chapters 10 through 15 today, just so I can have it fresh in my mind. Now, with that being said, now we are at Shakara. They got things set up. Things are, they're videotaping. Malachi got himself together. He's focused. Kiki is focused. Her parents they got the place looking like, what is a good example to give you guys? I mean, the way it was described reminded me of a couple of restaurants I go to in Lagos. Like there's one specific one in Sulere, and I don't remember the name right now. Jesus Christmas. I eat there all the time for their buka. But nonetheless, there's this restaurant Sulere, and it gives like homey back. I don't even know how to describe the vibes. Like you got bamboo everywhere, like calabash, like that's the way I saw it in my head, the way it was described, just the London version. That's how it was. So they set this place up. They got she even invited her friends to be like fillers in the audience, certain industry heads. So they're filming like this unique experience with Madam T going through the motions. Then all of a sudden there's a scene where it happens that Kiki and what's his name? Malachi. They have to show I guess they're paid actors or paid dancers how they want to exude a type of feeling on the screen. And that feeling on the screen is like hot and heavy, but those people aren't getting it. So now Kiki and Malachi are showing them what to do. And Malachi's like, wait, hold on. This chemistry, forget about those two. You guys get a costume. You guys need to be able to be in this scene. Malachi was like, nah, I'm the director. I can't do it. And she's like, that sounds like a you problem. You can direct and be in the front of the camera. Figure it out. Kiki was trying to play shy. Her friends threw her on the bus like, nah, you're meant to be the star. Don't try to be shy now. So now they're getting ready for the scene, what have you. They did the scene. Amina's drunk. Amina, Kiki's friend, is drunk. And I don't know why she got drunk, because even Kiki was kind of like, yo, you're all right. You're all right. Seem a little, you seem a little weird here. Come to find out, they go upstairs, because remember, she lives on top of her parents' restaurant. She goes upstairs, her, Madam T, and Malachi, they have like a kind of a wrap-up session, I guess, in production, like to talk about what the next steps are, and then they wanted to have a talk. Oh, yes, I'm sorry, I skipped over her, because Kiki and Malachi, they went upstairs to talk because they got a little too hot and heavy for themselves. So here comes Madam T. She's upstairs. She comes upstairs. She's like, I need to talk to both of you. Because remember, Madam T, them like hooking up before. She didn't know none of that. She was not aware. Apparently, I thought she knew, but she didn't. So she goes up to them like, yo, so y'all really sitting here acting like y'all not really banging on the side? Like, the chemistry between y'all's crazy. The way she described it, she's like, I feel like I'm watching a adult film, but I don't know what genre it is, but I just know I'm watching an adult film. Because apparently Kiki and Malachi, they talk each other, giving each other Google eyes. So this is Malachi over here, right? And then Kiki's over here like, oh yes, okay, yeah. Like, girl, you can't. Y'all can't hide your tension. Like, if you and women, I think we always like before you're like, when you're with somebody you really have that chemistry with, the tension will be explicit and it will be hot. No matter how much you try to hide it, no matter how much you try to act like it doesn't exist, it's there. Especially when you're that young. And I'm pretty sure, everybody's thinking about that person. Like, a good example is like when you were in college. You were in college, and there was always that one person that you always did if I didn't care about my reputation right now, it would be me and you, closed, ripped off. Like, that sexual tension, that's what they were doing. That's what they've been playing around with the whole time. So anyway, long story short, Madam T's like, enough of the games. I know about y'all. I found out. I did some research. Guess who told her everything? Amina. Amina's the one that told all the secrets. Amina's drunk ass just got a quick, and mind you, she should never even been that drunk, because it was a Chapman. For those of you guys who are not familiar with Chapman's, there's no alcohol in Chapman. You add alcohol to Chapman if you want it to be a intense drink. A Chapman is soda. It is soda. There's nothing in Chapman. So whatever she spiked her drink with, that she got her acting crazy. I don't know what it was, but here we are. So now Madam T is like, hey, I know you guys had that chemistry. I get it. I just don't understand why y'all had to lie to me. Why couldn't you just tell me that y'all used to be like, do y'all see how y'all work? Y'all work like You guys are amazing. Y'all doing great, but there was no reason lying to me. So here come Malachi saying, oh, I would like, we didn't mean to lie to you. Here come Kiki. Oh, we didn't mean. Both of y'all shut up. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying to the book. I was saying both of y'all can shut the hell up. Shut up. That's how I felt. Because y'all have all this sexual I'm feeling the heat and I'm not even in the story. I am feeling the heat and I'm not in the story. Nonsense. Anyway. That being said, after Madam T leaves them, like reads them to filth, it says, hey, no, I still like y'all. Y'all need to stay on this project. We got this far. I don't know how y'all gonna be trying to quit left and right because y'all feel true. And I think I could display, yes, I can display the comments. Madam T wanted to be messy. She's a messy hoe. She is a messy hoe. But I see why, because I would have done the same thing. I would have like, so I seen y'all freaking sexing each other. Like, what are we? Okay, all right. Okay, Miss YA 91. You see, you always take it to a whole nother level. What is this? By the way, for those of you guys, I did put the chat in on the bottom of the left screen all the way down. And one of the comments says she was tired of the tension. I think she wants to be in a threesome. Okay. I guess. All right. And I'm looking forward to the movie because it needs to be one. You know who would make a great Kai? I think the two candidates I have for a great Kai is Damson Idris and what's his name? Oh my God. Star Wars. What is that man's name? Y'all know who I'm talking about. Damson Idris and the other one, the one that was in Star Wars. Well, no, they tried to play him. He was supposed to be like the main character, and then Disney was on their usual BS. But we're not going to talk about that right now. What is his name? Star Wars. Black man. English. What is his name? John Boyega. Yes. John Boyega or Damson Idris will make a great Malachi. I don't know who the woman would be. I don't really know that many. Oh, well, that girl from Sickle Cell. She might. That guy from Sickle Cell too. I mean, not Sickle Cell. That's not the name. That's not the name. That's not the name. Ooh, I'm acting like, what's her name? The character from Abbott Elementary. Just say everything but the actual name. Oh my God. What is the name of that show? Supercell. It's not Sickle Cell. It's Supercell. Thank you. Yes, you need to go read the book. You're out here getting tea and you didn't read the book. Like, read the book. Reading is good for your health, friends, because we have gone through a whole emotional journey with this book. Okay, I lost sidetrack. The ADHD kicked in. Let me focus. Okay. So after Madam T left them like, yo, y'all some messy hoe, like y'all need to get it together. And I guess according to one of our club members, she's like, she wanted threesome, I guess. Sure. I don't know, whatever that is. But nonetheless, they sitting there looking at each other, looking at me, I'm looking at you. They're looking at each other. And they have come to the conclusion that they are still where they are, but they don't know what to do. QN now. Oh my God. I skipped something. I completely skipped this part, guys. Kiki Banjo's ex-boyfriend showed up before all this happened. I'm sorry. He was such an insignificant person to me. Like when I said I did not care for him, whatever his name was, Brock, Boogie, whatever his name was, Brohim, the ex-boyfriend came, and this is actually what set off like a lot of the other things too, the weirdness. He showed up before the shoot started. Bakari, thank you. I knew it was a B. Bakari showed up before the shoot started, and the way he showed up was sending her a dozen roses. Now I was a Kiki with this. I am not a flower person. But if you're gonna send me flowers, don't send me no stupid roses. Roses? That's the most basic, like, oh, man, this is good. I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't say it. Roses are like the colonizers of the flowers. Like, you're not even that great. You just happen to be the one that's here. Like, you're a commonality. Like, I just roses. I do not like roses. Like, if you're gonna wow me, get some irises, get some. Well, sunflowers are a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really a fan of sunflowers. But, get some irises. What's the lilies? Lilies are beautiful. A white rose reminds me of death. Okay. Dye it blue if you want to be unique, because blue is the rarest color in nature. Anyway, Amina, sorry, dark. I don't like flowers. They die. Send me a bouquet of like tomatoes. Like, send me a basket of food. That is a love language. Send me a bouquet of Sour Patch candies, sour straws. Now that is love for me. Everybody else, that's your business. But anyway, so apparently Bakari sent a vase of roses, what have you, to the set before he got there. And Amina and Malachi saw that like, yo, you don't even like roses. What's this? Who's sending it to you? Is there a note? Open a note from Bakari the Clown. Bakari the Clown. Bakari the Clown came through and said, when he finally came in, and he was like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm skipping over because I kind of don't really care about Bakari, but this point is important, I guess, to show how Malachi is still into her, whatever. So she says, hey, 10 minutes. No, she said, give me 15. Malachi said, make it 12. She's like, I'll make it less than that. Blase, blase. Went to go talk to Bakari the Clown. Bakari the Clown was like, oh, Amina, I miss you. And, oh, by the way, I saw that picture that you and your ex-boyfriend took when you were at the club. Remember that? Remember when I said they were sitting at the club or the venue, whatever? Apparently, Bakari the Clown was at the same venue. Why was he there? Who were you there with, clown? Turns out he was there with his coworker, and that's why he had that weird kink, that weird work fetish, is because he was having sex with his coworker. Bolu, you're messy. You're messy. That's what came out of that conversation with them. So he was trying to over here pretend like, oh yeah, Kiki Banjo, I want to get back with you. Kiki was like, I don't like flowers, and if you're gonna get me flowers, make it something. She said something exotic. I don't remember the one she said. But if you're gonna give me flowers, make it something that's amazing. Then on top of that, you saw me at the club. Who was you there with? Because you didn't walk up to me to see what I was doing. He was there with his weird coworker. Wait, what? What's this comment? I don't see. The only guy that came to mind was one of the Issa Rae's boyfriends from Insecure, the light-skinned one. And Yvonne Orji can't speak British. I mean, she don't got an accent. So no, this Malachi does not sound light-skinned. He's dark-skinned or caramel skin. I don't remember him being light-skinned. He does not give off light-skinned energy. Apologies to all you light-skinned people. Love y'all. Here, right here. But no, he didn't give he did not give me DJ MB energy. It's definitely a damson Idris. Like, he has that. Do you hear how the sound cool, calm, collected? Like, argue about this later. We can come up with our okay, thank you. He's dark skinned. I knew it because I read another romance sample, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is definitely, anyway. I lost track. So Malachi and Bakari the Clown basically did his confession, and then he also said, "Oh, by the way, Kiki, the company I work for bought out the radio station that you used to be at, and the radio station now you can have your show back, what have you, like basically some iHeart Radio joint, like, oh, you can have your podcast back." And she was sitting there like, "Oh, interesting, still creepy because you really have this workplace kink, but thank you for the offer. I'll think about it." They basically hugged each other on a "I love you, but I love you for what we had, and it's over. Now let's get over Bakari the Clown, kick rocks. We don't care about you no more." So let's get back to closer to present day. Now, Kiki goes to confront Amina at the end of the shoot at Shakara. She's like, "Yo, Amina, so is there a reason why you released my whole life story to my boss? Like, this video shoot was not play. Like, I'm dead ass working right now, and you over here almost jeopardizing my job because you drunk and you have a big ass mouth." Then here come Amina saying, "Oh, I'm stressed, wedding blues." Listen here, ho. Wedding work. Don't fuck with my money. That's what I heard. That's what I digested. That's how I digested that. Oh, okay. That's how I digested that. She was like, "Why are you messing with my money? Like, this is not you. Like, what's going on?" And Amina's giving the whole like, "You weren't there to support me, blah blah blah, for all the wedding." And then Kiki's like, "Yo, I did the most I can, but you also know I have a life." They are coming to these weird conclusions that they need to figure out how their friendship is moving, and because they're technically in two different places right now. Amina appears to have, she's getting her fairy tale going, and then you have Kiki who's like, everything is chaotic right now, and they're now coming to a blow. They're coming to head. Don't forget, Amina is marrying Malachi's best friend. Okay, so it's not like their friendship can just like break into pieces. They are all connected. All right. Moving along. So now that we know that everybody knows what happened, now that we know that, okay, we all know we're dating. Great. Amina and Kiki's in a weird place. So now we're moving closer towards. It wasn't even chapter 15. It was a chapter called. I want to say the right chapter name for you guys. After chapter 14, that's live at Shakara, No Letting Go. No letting go, no holding back. Sorry, I couldn't help myself there. The next chapter is actually called The End, 3.5 years ago. The way she described how their breakup actually got to where it got. So you have the dad died. We found out earlier already. Now we find out that he's going to America, but then there's also another piece. Malachi is slowly shifting away from Kiki. Like he's like, all right, he has too many things going on. Therapy is okay for everyone to go to. Okay, therapy is good for your heart. It's good for your brain. It's good for your soul. It's good so you don't cause chaos for everyone else. Okay, great. We're getting there. And what Malachi exemplified is someone who wasn't able to really digest the grief that he was going through when his father abruptly died. And on top of that, he's trying to move forward in his career. And it was the way she put it, like how things just happened back to back. And the one that hit the nail on the head was when Malachi went, like, I think Kiki was trying to set up like a date night for her and Malachi before he went away to America. Mind you, his dad just died. maybe like a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago, something like that. And she's here waiting for him, and he finally shows up, and he smells like somebody else. He smells like another woman. And I give it up to all y'all women who are able to smell other women on your men, because either I was just very lucky in life, or I just didn't have a sense of smell, because I don't even know how y'all be catching it. But anyway, and she was like, "Yo, where you been? Where you at?" And he was like, "Oh, I was out with my coworkers." Mind you, something that already happened before this, and I'm sorry if I'm skipping around. Kiki didn't even know about America before until she found out from the coworker. The coworker happened to be this girl who was lusting after Malachi, because Malachi's our Damson Idris. Actually, let me go on my age rates. Let me make him Idris Alba. Idris Alba, my age rate. Damson is a baby to me. But anyway, and she was already like tight about that. She's like, "Why am I finding out you're moving to America through a coworker?" Strike one. And the coworker was mad sideline with it. She was like, "Oh, yeah, it's gonna be hard to maintain a long distance relationship, right?" Who asked you, ho? Who asked you? Why are you all up in my relationship? Like, so she already tight about this, and they already tackled that. But now he coming back smelling like another woman, and then he over here explaining like, "Oh, so what happened was after we were leaving the club, she was saying bye and blah blah blah, and the next thing you know, before I knew it." And Kiki's like, "Why does she feel so comfortable though?" Which is a great question, because let me tell you, women don't feel comfortable doing things unless you make it a comfortable situation. A woman's not gonna just walk up to her coworker, her work husband, and be laying kisses on the body or on the face or hugging up unnecessarily, because it was a man that put her in a state of being comfortable to do that. Just saying, just so we're clear here. Okay, great. All that. Anyway, I hate the coworker. That's just me. Yes, no, not all women would do that, and it depends. Women are sneaky, but it still has to be a comfortable situation. Like, there has to be a level. There's a way a man can behave that literally says, "Nah." Like, if the girls come in, like, "Oh no, just don't touch me." Forehead push. Like, what's happening? They can block if they want to. Yeah, okay. I do agree with you. These men be oblivious, but then when if you're standing and you're saying bye, a hug and a hug, two different hugs, like the whole smelling on the neck. Okay, anyway, maybe because I'm not that type of woman, but I feel like you have to you gotta be in a comfortable situation. So I mean, because I know men will intrude they don't care how comfortable you are. Oh, maybe that's why. Well, that's another point. But I do know men don't care how comfortable you are. They'll come in and do the weirdness. I feel like men are still more weirder than women. I'm going to go that. I'm going to go with that. But anywho, the girl knew that they were going along this relationship. She already knew she was creating that wedge between them already. Really weird. Yes, and that's why I don't feel like I'm describing this correctly, because the way Bolu put the words together, it's like I can't even do it justice. Like, I really can't. This is an award-winning novel right here. But anyway, I digress. Now they're coming to a head. She's like, okay, this is a part where he was wrong. This girl, because she mentioned, she's like, if it was any other situation when a girl's flirting with you, you would have came home, or you would have came to me and said, "Hey, Kiki, let me tell you how I was at work and this babe trying to do this, and that." And I'm like, raw. Like, she described that situation, whereas he is already somebody who knows when a woman is acting weird and easily can tell her about it. Like, they have that camaraderie. Like, I know when I was at Home Depot and I was there and I needed something help done, and I told my husband about it. I was like, yeah, I had to pretend I was a helpless single woman who was trying to build things in my house. It was this guy at Home Depot who was just feeling himself. He started showing me pictures of his pig. I just needed some wood brought down. And I came back home. I was like, babe, this guy was like flirting with me and I have to pretend I was single so that way I can get some wood. He's like, go back so you can get some discounts. Like, that's what Kiki was saying. Like, yo, you would have said, like, but then when you say he should have said something, he created a situation where he was comfortable with what was going on. His brain was somewhere else. His brain was on, I'm having a meltdown. I did not agree with my daddy. I'm leaving. I don't think I'm good enough for my girlfriend, because I think there was some weirdness with his dad that wasn't really a family man. I'm not really sure. It was really weird. I forgot what happened. Yes. So I think it was like kind of that weird situation where he's like, okay, my father just died. He's trying to be a father again. And then I lost touch of that. Now I'm trying to fulfill my dad's dream of like following your dream or something. And and then on top of that, he's like confused about if he's worth loving or can he get, it was a lot going on. Yes, that was that hoe's name. Jade, that tramp. Like she's one of the women that kind of actually deserve to get like slap boxed. But anyway, I don't have those problems, thank God. So in this specific chapter, the end, they go through this, and then all of a sudden, and I know this chapter wasn't as hot and heavy as the Notorious chapter 6, but the way she described their breakup sex, yo, let me even see, because I know we're already approaching, we're close to an hour. I know, but let me see if I can even pull up the breakup. The way she described it is crazy. Like, hold on. Let me see if I can pull it out. Okay, hold on. Let's add it. Because I really feel like this was, like, chapter 15 was good, but the way this is, I think we may end up closing on this, because this is where I felt like she really showed off. Okay, share chapter. I'm gonna go to chapter, the end, and then let me add it to the stage. Add it. Move at the stage. Okay. So, and I'm going to try to speed up the narration. I'm going to try to see if we can pull up for 1.5. And I think it was towards here. Let me see if I, humor me, guys.
And his hand came to his face, to hide within it, to run against it. I don't know, Scotch. It's too much. It wrapped around my heart. He had silently laid me down carefully on the bed, like I was built from gossamer and glass. We stripped each other of our clothes. We weren't going to talk anymore. We couldn't, shouldn't. What was there to say? Time was slipping. The sun was sinking, the ocean dying. When we kissed, it was with ferocious sweetness. Our bodies tangled, needing as much skin touching as possible, our tongues licking into each other's mouths as if to capture all the words that refused to be released, that were too heavy, too light, too useless. Hands roaming, squeezing, caressing, surrendering to the alchemy of us, as I turned to river under his touch and he turned to rock under mine. He leant over me, a hand cradling my face as my hands pressed against his back. We paused, as if trying to suspend time, knowing this would be the last time. My eyes were already filling, but Malachi's eyes were focused, leaden with intensity and concentration, like he was anchoring himself to this moment, as if we only existed inside it, as if we had to be, otherwise we would turn to dust.
Oh my God.
I followed his lead, not wanting to waste this time and this world where the only air I was inhaling was his breath made rapid by my touch. This space where the only thing I could see was him seeing me, our Pangea, where my skin and his skin knew no borders. I spread my legs wide around him in welcome, and Malachi brought his face to my neck.
Who says that? El Pangea? She pulled that word from freaking Latin. And I knew what she was talking about because I remember Greek mythology and Roman mythology. I was like, Pangea. Do y'all hear the words? I don't think y'all hearing the words. Y'all not hearing, y'all not feeling this part.
His lips hot on my throat as he sank into me, deep, so delicious.
Lips hot on my throat as he sank into me. How do you even put all those words together? How?
Deep, boundless ocean deep that I cried out with both pleasure and pain as he filled me with all his pleasure and pain, slowly rocking me with it, his fingertips pressing hard into the flesh of my thigh, and I wanted him to press into me harder. Like maybe if he did, he would leave indents of his body, of his love that I could trace when I missed him, which would be always. My arm moved to slip down his back till it slid over a firm, smooth curve and pushed him closer, and he growled and somehow went deeper. This time he pushed tears down my face, bringing his face to mine as he kissed me slow, as we passed our hearts back and forth to each other.
Passed our hearts back and forth to each other? What? What is that? Like visually, you can see, like, with the way she described it, I feel like she does write poetry. Like, she has to. Like, the way past our hearts back and forth to each other is crazy. Crazy. Like, because you can really, for those of you guys who are active in, like, what? Like, heart. What kind of line is that? That's intense. Like, I actually liked this kind of more than chapter 6 because
it felt like hours, saying goodbye over and over till it was no longer just about feeling but being, in the moment, staying suspended, not wanting to detangle, delaying reality. I didn't know when we fell asleep.
Delaying reality. This was their breakup sex. If this is their breakup sex, that's why chapter 6 was that crazy. Yes, Ms. Devine, active. Do with that what you will. I don't know everybody's life story. But like, if they had breakup sex like that, chapter 6 is not even shocking. When you think about the intensity of how much this is young under 30 love. Over 25, under 30 love. Like, what? I mean, exactly. Like, I was like, what kind of breakup is this? What kind of breakup was this? I never broke up like that before. I mean, not that I'm trying to break, but like, what? It was a lot for me. Because she only, and mind you, chapter 6 was like a whole 30 minutes of throwing through like intensity. So then when she was able to take chapter 6 and squeeze it into like 5 minutes, I just was like, wait. Anyway. No, it's actually, it's true. It's true. Like, now I think I'm okay. But to be like this, like in this type of state, and be so that's that type. This type of love. Well, no, I don't even know how to say it. Like, this type of love is a love that actually has people end up in jail. Yeah, this that like that jail love kind of situation. I feel like this was Bobby and Whitney's love. This had to be, because Bobby and Whitney, Although that was kind of abusive. Yes. Yes. This is the type of breakup that plays rent free for years. Like dead serious. Yeah, I don't know if I want to be alive like that. That's a little bit that's a little bit intense. Like, I mean, I love it for all of us involved, but goddamn. Goddamn. Like, like, and it like they like one, okay, you know, we always hear about those couples that one like they're old and the other one could have survived without them. Yeah, forget Bobby Whitney, forget them. Forget them. I don't care about them. Love Whitney, love Bobby. Y'all had an abusive relationship together. But like when you hear those old people that are like, yeah, I love this woman for X amount of years. And when she died, I don't know if I can go on. Yes. That's why I don't even like that movie, because I'm like, this is way too intense. Homegirl had cancer and their love was so intense and then died. So what do we do now? What do I do? What do you do now? Now you're dead. I loved you so hard, so effortlessly. Now I'm by myself. Dementia. Okay. Okay. Like, anyway. I think we can end this here. We are at an hour. This might have been my longest live. But this book is this book is the book. And I like, and caveat for everyone, like any book I read is going to be like 3 to 4 or 5 stars for me. I love, if I continue, if I if I continue reading, like, I'm losing track of mine because you guys in the comments are just clowns. I don't even know what I was going to say anymore. Love hard, love well, love to your heart's content. If you read, this book is great. I'm not even done reading it yet. I've been like forcing myself not to finish it. For those of you guys in the chat that finished it, you know who you are. But if you have not read Honey and Spice, you should read Honey and Spice. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you wish for, okay? Don't be careful what you wish for, girl, because it read the book and think again. By the way, that person I just put on the screen, Davine, she has not read the book yet. She's just here for vibes. I appreciate your support, boss lady. Love you. Run away. Oh God. These comments are hilarious. Okay, on a serious note, thank you guys for joining us on this live today. This has been a real key. Apparently, number one, people want love that will drive them to psychosis. Love that for all of us. Malachi is like Jimmy from Marriage Monitoring Aunties Association. I don't care which I want to say. There's been a theme in these 2 books. It is about men healing and healing well, but also the women being able to support that healing. And it goes both ways. And I think I really like that part of the book. Like, it really came out to me for whatever reason. But, there's that. And then there's also, I'm looking forward to seeing what this journey is with Kiki and Amina. I know they're going to still be friends, but them being in 2 different places in their life really was something that I really was like, how is this going to play out? I wonder. It can play out really well because there's nothing wrong with growing in different directions. But yes, Kai and Jimmy are on different levels. But what I meant was Jimmy, when Jimmy was describing himself when he went on his extravaganza to Brazil or wherever he went, that's where, like, when he was trying to find himself, that's where I feel like Kai is trying to listen. I know there are 2 different levels. I'm just saying, with the whole getting healed, don't come. Y'all won't let me rest. Y'all won't let me rest in these comments. If you're watching this, you please feel free. You'll see the comments live while you're watching this on YouTube. If you're on Instagram, please go to YouTube. There's a lot of intensity going on during our live chats. Once again, this whole video has been full of spoilers. Join us on the Fable app. The Fable app, we are there. Clearly, we don't like talking on the app as a club. We always wait for the live, which I'm fine with that as well. I will be announcing our next book next week. We're wrapping up this book as well because November is coming and it's time to get the party started with a new book. If you do have any book suggestions, I'm more than happy to take them. I think we might kind of turn down the heat a little bit for next month, though, because we went from, 50-year-olds trying to find love. Now we're at like some spicy ass 20-year-olds. I think we probably may need a pause on the heat, like just turn it down a couple of notches. So we'll see what happens. I do have 2 books in mind. So I'll be adding that to the Fable app so everybody knows what we'll be talking about next. Appreciate y'all. Have a blessed night. And if you are next to the person you love them like Kai or Scotch. Love them like that. If you are into that type of intensity. And I wish you the best of luck with, with your hearts beating, passing from one to another, opening Pangeas and opening to the world and kissing necks. Let me stop. I gotta go. I'm not even drinking. This is tea. I just have a great night, y'all. Peace out. Ooh, let me see if I can play some music on the way out. Look at that. Okay. Peace out. Hey, y'all. Have a great night.